Welcome back to another video. Today, as you can see, we were going to be playing with some more Evapo-Rust. This was actually just sent to me in the mail yesterday, and I was not expecting it, so may as well use it on a couple of tools that need to be restored. You guys can see here, we have a crescent wrench. It's seized, won't turn past that point or that point. Like I am really trying to turn that, but it just won't really adjust. So we're gonna see if we can get this back working again. And we also here have a standard pry bar. And what we're going to be using today, obviously, channel sponsor Evapo-Rust, super safe rust remover. Here we also have just some Simple Green to use as a degreaser. And we have a container here in the back, and you'll see what that is for in the later. We have copper to hang these items. So first thing we are going to do is we're going to prep the tools, and by that remove oils and such with the degreaser. Just spray a little bit in the rag. And just basically you're gonna clean the tool, clean the metal with it. Just remove any oils and such that might be on there that might prevent the Evapo-Rust from removing the rust. Same thing with the crescent wrench. Really seized. Basically gonna clean this real well. Remove all the oils because there is rust on the plastic handle. Okay, so now we have these nice and degreased. We are going to get our plastic container, slide those aside, and then here we have brand new Evapo-Rust. Brand new, unopened. And all we're gonna do, so we have our container here, and we're just gonna pour it in. Interesting observation here, this almost looks a lot clearer than the old Evapo-Rust. So maybe they have a different formula. I'm only gonna fill it up about that much. But this does really look like a different color. Like, I don't know if I've posted the video or not. I will go back and check. But I have a video showing what the color difference is between used and unused Evapo-Rust. So why don't we talk about that later and get back to work. So here we have the IKEA crescent wrench that's going to go in first. Both items are going to be put in. So I'm going to use this copper here, and I'm just going to, we're going to have one piece going across here on top. I'm going to bend that down on the sides, and then straighten it back out at the top. There we go, just like that. It's holding itself on. So what we're basically going to do is I'm going to attach another piece of copper to this, the hole in the handle for this one, and then I'm just going to run that back up to this, and then it'll sit down, and all the rust will drain, either diffuse into the Evapo-Rust or drain down to the bottom for being the bigger chunks. So why don't we just have an overview of this one first, what this looks like, how bad the rust is. You guys can see it does have quite a bit of rust on it. I'm happy to get this one back up and going again. So now what we're going to basically do is I just bent this in half at the halfway mark, and then put that down on the handle, and we're going to get a measurement. We're going to dip it in the Evapo-Rust, and we don't want it to touch the bottom. We want it to basically sit there. So we got our mark. And just going to set that there. And there we go. We have the crescent wrench is now hanging in there. And then I can just hold this, bend this over the side, just like this. And then there, crescent wrench is now being derusted. Next thing oh, you guys, I don't even know if you guys can pick up those little particles right there at the bottom, like right there. Right there, those are actually falling off of the crescent wrench. So this next one's going to be a little bit more tricky, but I'm pretty sure I have it. So what I'm just basically going to do, wrap the copper around and around and around, and eventually just run it up the side. Just like that. And then this one, just gonna create a little hook on it. And there it is. So you guys can see there, I'm going to now add in a little bit more Evapo-Rust to fully cover the screwdriver, because it won't affect the plastic, it'll just remove the rust. There we go. Alright, so we now have degreased the crescent wrench and the pry bar. And then we poured Evapo-Rust into a container. And then now we have put copper over the top and put copper between the tools, because copper won't be affected, because Evapo-Rust specifically targets iron. And now we're going to let these sit for, we're going to do quick little 1 day, 2 day check-ins until they are complete. They should be done here within a couple of days tops, like all the rust, and they should be looking really good within a couple of days. So I will stop here, and we are going to we're gonna see a little bit, see if we can slowly watch some particles of rust fall off. Like there's one right there. There's some right there, see? Falling off of that crescent wrench. Let's get a close-up view. The particles are small, so camera quite can't pick them up, but basically everything you see right there at the bottom is stuff that's already fallen off of these tools. So we're going to wrap up this video right here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the new video. Special thanks to Evapo-Rust for sending me another gallon of the Super Safe Rust Remover. And then in the last video, new sponsor, or not the last video, but the last channel sponsor, I got the rust block, and I will be using the rust block on these tools for the first time. And I've done a couple tests. They are holding up fanatically. Like, it is unbelievable what Evapo-Rust has accomplished. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to basically tune out of the video.